Guys, welcome to Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. Let's first start off with King's Day. What was supposed to be a just basically take over the country, and it turned out to be a war zone in some places, but mostly a huge disappointment everywhere else. You know, obviously the Marines were on the ground. We'll get to that in a second. But then we had some Democrat, you can look this up, shot a congresswoman and her husband, and he, I guess, fled. They're still looking for him, last I've seen. Anyway, political hit job, American soil, and the media is treating it like a fender bender. This guy apparently worked under Tim Walz. That should not shock you. But the thing is they had a hit list of like 71 names. But anyway, I will say this. You know damn well that if that was a conservative shooter, the entire country would be on lockdown. They'd be talking about taking AR-15s and blah, 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 blah. But mostly silence from, you know, the mainstream media because it doesn't fit their narrative, right? Now, the Marines were out there cleaning house. I had a lot of people in my comment section last week say, oh, yeah, man, but they can't arrest anybody. Man, they were gagging and bagging fools right and left. I got so many videos, right? Now, the thing is that a lot of people asked me about that. They said, oh, well, they're not going to have rounds. No, the boys had rounds too. They were mag inserted rounds in there, right? But you probably seen photos. I'm not going to play the full clips of these things because, you know, YouTube would totally nuke this channel, right? But here they're gagging and bagging this liberal, you know, this pink-haired LARPer. That look like they just broke through the wire in Fallujah. But the thing is that you have to understand something, man, is that imagine 20-year-olds saying, you know, guys, you're going to deploy to LA and you get to rough up some pink-haired LARPers and you're getting paid for it. Dude, you know, I mean, this is the dream deployment. This is dream deployment. This video was great, but there was quite a few. I saw him hem up this Army veteran that was going into the they were a little motivated. They hemmed up this Army veteran that was just going into the VA, man. You know, they were kind of overzealous. But anyway, again, a lot of people were asking, can they make arrests? Technically, no, but they don't need a badge, right, to drop bodies. Okay, like it's a peacekeeping op in a hostile AO. Okay, now they weren't acting as law enforcement. This was you know, peacekeeping. So no battlefield rules, but it was kinetic, and this junk was overdue. Okay, I'm going to show you some things here, some very disrespectful. You know, well, let me first start off with this one. You're going to see them with the shields like 300 out there, like Spartans. Wow. And you can see mags are inserted. They got real rifles. Show me, do it, bitch. Show me, bitch. Do it. And we got these LARPers out here, these leftist LARPers out here trying to antagonize them. Do it. Come on. Get your name, bitch. Get your name. Point your shit at me. Come on. This is what you stand for. This is what you want. This is what you guys want. This is who you are. This is who you are, right? This is who you are. I see you. You fucking piece of shit. They're letting them have their freedom of speech, right? Sure, you're right, but that dude was not about to cross the threshold. He would have got handled. Here's some more.
Shame on you. My dad fought in this country. My dad's a real Marine. Shame on all you cowards.
You know, that really pisses me off a little bit. First off, your dad was a Marine, but you were not. Okay, so you don't have any room to talk, buddy.
Shame on you. How do you feel about the president making do this? Coward. Coward.
Calling them cowards, and I can assure you these boys are the furthest thing from that.
You're doing your fucking job. Trump. You're disgusting. You're fucking embarrassing. You're fucking embarrassing. And Paul, you gonna sue me? Sue me? You gonna sue me? You're gonna fucking sue me? Coward. Look at this.
Real tough behind the barrier. Real tough. He wasn't gonna cross that barrier. There's another one here, man. This other guy. Check it out.
I'm a union man. What skill you trying to get in the Marines? What are the recruiting?
You're disrespecting a union worker. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Tell you what job you're going to get. What skill were you trying to get? I'm talking to you.
What skill were you trying to get? Eat crayons and hurt people. You want to find out? Dude, these cats, man. Really. Anyway, let's talk about what could spiral into World War III. A lot of people are talking about it. Even J.D. Vance, I saw talking about on a podcast earlier, saying we are the closest to World War III than ever. Israel and Iran, it's going hot. Missiles are already in the air. Netanyahu's foaming at the mouth for war. And now he's claiming Iran tried to assassinate Trump not once, but twice. Okay. He said he has intelligence on him. I'm going to play the clip. Now, if we rewind, Trump said Thomas Crooks, the one who tried to take him out at the rally, was backed by Iran in a podcast. I showed that many months ago. And so Trump has already stated this. So apparently there's, from Netanyahu, take it for what it is, there's intelligence on that. Check it out.
I want to talk about the nuclear threat, and I want to talk about President Trump. You just said Iran tried to assassinate President Trump twice. Do you have intel that the assassination attempts on President Trump were directly from Iran?
Through proxies, yes. Through their intel, yes. They want to kill him. Look, he's enemy number one. He's a decisive leader. He never took the path that others took to try to bargain with him.
Now, I will say that he is target number one because of Soleimani. Okay, that's been known. They've been saying this junk for years.
In a way that is weak, giving them basically a pathway to enrich uranium, which means a pathway to the bomb, padding it with billions and billions of dollars. He took up this fake agreement and basically tore it up. He killed Qasem Soleimani. He said, made it very clear, including now, you cannot have a nuclear weapon, which means you cannot enrich. He's been very forceful. So for them, he's enemy number one.
Yeah.
Look, they also tried to kill me, but I'm his junior partner.
When did
they
you
understand that President Trump is a great threat to Iran's plans to weaponize nuclear
I want to talk about the nuclear
weapons and use them.
When did you tell President Trump you were going to launch these strikes?
Look, I've been in constant contact with President Trump. We've known each other for many years. And obviously, we informed our American friends and President Trump, our great friend, ahead of time. We did. He knew about it, of course.
I mean, there were reports that President Trump kind of helped you achieve your strategic surprise by publicly urging you not to attack when he already knew you had decided to do it. So you were closely coordinating with the U.S. throughout this process.
Look, we're fully coordinated, but understand that America, under President Trump, will make the decisions that are best for America. And that's the way it is. He understands that I, as the Prime Minister of Israel, the one and only Jewish state, must make the decisions that are important for the survival of my country, and he will do what is best for America.
We do hope that. We're hoping that America is first, but a lot of people question whether that's true or not. You know, if it is truly America first, a lot of people question that, as well as do I, just from things I've seen, you know. But yeah, we'll see. Now, the thing is that, again, Trump said that about Thomas. We don't know that. I mean, man, that could have been Mossad. That could have been anybody trying to start something. I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. But anyway, this isn't new, man. They've been almost having a nuclear weapon since weeks away since 1992. Really, I showed my last video. They've been weeks away from acquiring this nuclear weapon since 1992, and they've been the biggest threat since then. But these weeks of this was like the 2-week lockdown in 2020, right? It's 2025, and there's still a few more weeks. They're going to have it, right? Anyway, but it is escalating. And suddenly we have all the neocons, the Lindsey Grahams, Nikki Haley's, the Judas, Mike Pence. They're beating the war drums like it's 2002 again. I'm going to play some clips here. Check it out. Let's play Judas first.
Now, if the Iranians want to stand down, I think the president's made it clear he's willing to enter into negotiations, but there can be no nuclear program of any kind, no enrichment program of any kind. And at the end of the day, if Israel needs our help to ensure that the Iranian nuclear program is destroyed once and for all, the United States of America needs to be prepared to do it, because this is about protecting our most cherished ally. But remember, those missiles that Iran has developed over the years can reach Europe today. They've been working on intercontinental ballistic missiles that could reach the United States. And Iran is the leading state sponsor of terrorism, Dana. And we simply cannot allow Iran to ever obtain a nuclear weapon. It threatens Israel. It threatens our allies. It threatens people of the United States.
Senator Graham, you said you believe it's in America's interest to go all in to help Israel finish the job. It sounds like you mean offensive support.
So the worst possible outcome for the world is for the Iranian nuclear program to survive after all this. How do you destroy their program? Through diplomacy? I prefer that, or through military action. If diplomacy is not successful, and we left with the option of force, I would urge President Trump to go all in to make sure that when this operation is over, there's nothing left standing in Iran regarding their nuclear program. If that means providing bombs, provide bombs. If that means
busting bombs?
Whatever bombs. If it means flying with Israel, fly with Israel. The worst possible outcome for the world is to take the Iranian nuclear program on and leave it standing. That will be a disaster.
Senator Blumenthal, what's your view? How involved should the U.S. get?
Let's begin with the basic proposition that ought to motivate American policy as well as the world's. A nuclear-armed Iran is an unacceptable threat to the world, not just to Israel, but to the United States as well. And I support Israel's right to defend itself against this existential menace. I'm very concerned right now about United States personnel in the region, our servicemen and women, but also the civilians that are there. I'm getting phone calls.
Guys, if you're in the region, you're military, man, be very careful, because they might try to spark something. I want to ask you something, guys. Where were the WMDs? Where was the end to the war on terror? How many caskets do we need to fill before we realize it's all theater? Okay. Now, listen closely, because this is where the black flag gets raised. Okay. There's already been whispers. Let me pop it up here. That Iranian sleeper cells are staged in the U.S. ready to be activated. You've seen the border footage, man. You've seen the dozens of military, hundreds of military-age men flooding in. What do you think that was for? So don't be surprised if there's a domestic attack that conveniently gives the deep state the justification they need to drag us into the next endless war. Who benefits the most? Lindsey Graham's, Mike Pence, and Nikki Haley, the military-industrial complex, the paid actors. They'll stage it, blame it on Iran, wave the flag, and suddenly we're 100,000 troops deep before we can even blink. Now, Trump knows this game. He said it plainly. Sometimes you got to let him fight it out.
It'll be a deal. I think it's time for a deal, and we'll see what happens. But sometimes they have to fight it out. But we're going to see what happens. I think there's a good chance there'll be a deal.
And he's right. This isn't our war. It's not our blood. Not our treasure. So we need to stay the hell out of this. Let them do whatever they want. You know, the other thing is that Trump did say, though, Trump says he's given advisors instructions for Iran to be obliterated if they assassinate him. Okay. Then we've got Trump says it's possible U.S. could get involved in the Israel-Iran conflict. Okay. So still on the table. But here's the breadcrumb trail for you intel guys. Okay. CIA was founded in 1947. Israel established in 1948. Mossad activated in 1949. Just a coincidence, right? Or maybe, just maybe, the entire post-World War II global chessboard was pre-rigged. Intelligence networks, proxy states, manufactured enemies, everything perfectly positioned for perpetual war and global surveillance. Because nothing gives you the opportunity for surveillance than war or the threat of something bad happening. America isn't the world's policeman. We're just the deep state's disposable enforcer. Okay. Truthfully, we are, unfortunately. But anyway, before I wrap this up, let me just take this a different direction for a minute. I want to say something to all the fathers out there. It's Father's Day, and the world is trying to erase you. Okay. Make no mistake. You're the threat. You're the threat. Being a follower of Christ, you're a threat. And biblically, the father is the pillar of the family unit. So they'll call you toxic. They'll shame you for your discipline. They'll remove you from the home, strip your rights away from you, brainwash your children, your family through TV, through social media. But you're still there, right? Your presence is the weapon. The greatest threat to tyranny is a man with a backbone and a child on his shoulders. So keep leading and keep praying, keep training, and never let this world turn your heart to stone. Let it be as soft as it possibly can be for your children. Okay. God made men to fight battles, and this culture war needs more warriors. Okay. And that's what you are. I know it's a tough world. It gets tough at times, but always be that light, that strong pillar for your family to stand on. And before I forget, I've been talking about this for a while now. Super proud of it. It's been a dream to do because, you know, the thing is Black Scout Survival was all about me creating products. It was a product company. A lot of people that come here and watch me on YouTube, they're like, you're a YouTuber that just shills products. And I was a guy who shilled products that created a YouTube channel. Okay. I was a product company first. But my desire was to create supplements. That was always my thing. And I like convenience of things. Okay. And so one of those things is gummies. So we came out with Rearm Tactical Creatine Gummies. Okay. And these are going to go live today. And I'm doing a deal for you guys, $32.99 on sale for the next 48 hours. Okay. Normally $40. Fuel your mission, recover like a beast, and stay hard to kill, man. Put in your gym bag, your go bag, bug out bag. It works for extreme environments too. Whenever you're calorie deficient, this will help maintain muscle. Creatine is one of the most researched supplements in the world. Okay. Cognitive ability, maintaining muscle mass, even when you're not lifting. You know, pray for me because I actually got a huge injury 2 weeks ago. You can't see, but I've got a leg brace on. I tore my hamstring, calf, and meniscus. I couldn't even walk. I'm barely can walk now. But anyway, hadn't really been on a lift either. But creatine will help preserve that muscle in a time where you can't really train. Okay. So yeah, keep me in your prayers too, because it's going to take me a while to recover back to normal again. But anyway, Rearm Creatine Gummies. We're going to come out with a whole gummy line. I like the gummy factor because I don't have to mix. I don't have to have water. I don't have to mix it, measure it. I can just grab the gummies, chew them up, and it's like a treat. And Battlefield formula fast acting, 5 milligrams or 5 grams, I think it's of creatine monohydrate. Okay. This is battle berry flavor. Anyway, grab some while you can. Links in the description. Obviously, the stock is limited. It's going to go fast because the sale. But I want you to have the opportunity to get that. Again, check it out. And this was Late Night Live, guys. I do appreciate you hanging out with me. Always stay free, stay frosty, strapped, and dangerous. And remember, Never trust a man who wants your guns, your sons, or your silence. Black Scout.